Hi everybody, Aristotel Dascal here from GoStartup.io. I want to talk to you today about an issue that I've seen lately with some development companies. Wherever that they're product companies or they're agencies, I've seen this constantly showing up now and then. And it's about the format, not necessarily about the tool, but it's a lot about the format that those teams are using to plan and show the progress of their tasks across departments like development and other teams that are working with development team, like design, like marketing, writing copy, product, and stuff like that. So let me tell you what I mean by that. So some of the teams that I've seen are breaking down their tasks kind of like this. They make these lists. They're there's a design team, there's a development team, then there's the marketing team, and each of them have their own task. Design has, I don't know, some wireframes, some designs to do. Then developers have certain features, and then the marketing has copy for this page, copy for that page, whatever, right? Some tasks for that are related to the development tasks, some that are not. Let's say sharing on social media or whatever, and the design the same. So this is one type of tracking them. It's about just breaking down into categories, and sometimes it may look kind of like so like I said, you have design, and then tasks below, then you have development, tasks below, and then you have marketing. These are errors, right? Tasks below, and each of them indeed they have an assignee, they have a time in the calendar, maybe they have stages as well, like the statuses, right? And the project manager or the engineering manager or whomever is managing, the operations manager, they need to just go back and forth within each of these categories and see, okay, the design team, are you there yet? Are you there yet? And there's not necessarily a calendar or a view where you can see where one team is compared to the other one within the process. And I've seen many tools out there, and this is how the project managers are working. And sometimes they just take these components and then they use a different tool to put them on a Gantt chart, right? That shows exactly where they are based on a calendar or on a timeline or something like that. Now, there's a different approach as well, and it's pretty popular. It's called Kanban. And it's about stages. It's about groups of tasks. Maybe you've seen Trello or other tasks like that. And some of them use that. So they put the design, they put the development, they put the marketing, and then in here they put all these tasks. And at least it seems like a little bit better, a little bit more information on the same screen. Not only that, but sometimes they have the same task going from one stage, and they consider a stage these columns sometimes, and then just take it from them. And then there's like this column which is called done. Now the problem with this view is because there's some design tasks that don't need to go into the development. What are you going to do? You're just going to create stages like development and marketing and release for stuff that are not meant to go there. And that's where the confusion comes from if you look at it like that. Now, the one that I want to show you is meant to always allow the project manager, the overseeing manager of what's going on there, and show him a timeline. The manager wants to always see, one, the priority, what should happen right now, and two, the dependencies, whether they are between them. Now, with this view here, they cannot see really the dependency. They can see the priority within a department, but they cannot really see the dependencies over there. With this view here, they can see the dependencies because they're going from point to point, but it doesn't really make sense because they're not real stages over there. So what I've seen and what I would suggest the most to do is to always have a master list. which is always order. These are the tasks that need to be done. Now, indeed, some of them are development. Some of them are marketing. Some of them are design. Right? And you always know what should happen next. This satisfies the priority as well as the dependencies, because you cannot do this whatever marketing before you do this development. And it's obvious. At the same time, you should be able to make filters that shows you, okay, show me everything for marketing, and just shows you everything for marketing. Now show me everything for design, shows you for design. Now show me everything for development, shows you everything for development. And then you should be able to do, okay, now show me for this person everything, and show me for this person everything. And it shows you that. But at the same time, you can see that list really, really clear over it with everything that has to happen on a single timeline. Now, this is key because I've seen people using all kinds of tools and they just bring so much overhead if the manager doesn't always know what should happen next, no matter that if it's this team, no matter if it's that team. So bottom line here is, no matter the tool you are using, you always need to see where the tasks of a department are in relationships to the task of a different department that is related to it. Any department, any team that you have to manage, you have to know at every point who is working on what and whether they should be working on something else because it's affecting. So there's dependencies and there's priorities. Now, there are a bunch of tools out there. Just make sure that you look and make sure that there's this master list. And then there's all these categorizations that you can break them down based on teams. Then there's assignees. And then there's all kinds of filters that you can run to show you everything. That's all you got to know. Now, if you have problems with these in your agency or in your product, if you sometimes feel that the developers have tasks in this category and in this category and in this category, because there might be multiple projects. For example, one of the categories can be project 1. One of the project 2, project 3. And every one of them has tasks. And maybe you have the same developer, for example, not necessarily on different teams, but on different projects assigned. And yes, you know how things should be progressing inside each of the project, but maybe you don't know, or a developer doesn't really know, okay, what's the order? Should I be working on the project 1 now? Should I be working on the project 2 right now? And again, the same kind of view goes here as well. If you have a master list of everything, and this is project 1, this is project 2, this is project 2, right? Maintenance can come, or it's a consultant and he needs to provide feedback for different projects, or you have developers that are sharing the projects, right? And this way, when you filter for a specific developer, they can see the tasks and the project for them and the order where they should happen. If you on the other side want to look on a specific project and see the progress of that project, the same thing. You're going to run a filter for project 1. You're going to run a filter for project 2. And this way you have the master list of how things need to progress, and you can filter based on what your interest is. And every person, every SME know exactly what they need to be. Now, if you have issues with this, if you're not following a process like this, it's probably wasting a lot of your time. It probably brings frustration for your developers. I've seen companies that actually duplicate the tasks in a different view so that the developers know the order that they go into, because the only thing that they have is this kind of view like that. Or they have something like this, project 1, project 2, project 3 with all the tasks, and they don't know, okay, which one should I do first? This task from here or this task from here? Because the tasks cannot be ordered amongst the project. Okay, so if you're having issues with that, feel free to book a call. There's a link under this video, and we're going to be talking about the process that you're using and how you can save a ton of money and time and frustration, and make your developers happy, make your clients happy, lower your cost, and basically bring a lot more customers by following amazing processes that makes you spend way less time managing and do it in a very accurate way.